Hello, tappers. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Today is going to be a little bit different than usual, but I love it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda. If it is your first time, welcome. If it is not your first time, welcome back. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm just going to give a little explanation for those of you who are new. So what we do in this next hour is EFT, also known as tapping. The EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. Essentially what it is it's a tool set where you use your body to alleviate overwhelm and trauma. And it could be something from your past, something that you're currently experiencing, or something that you're concerned about in the future. It could be something that's a pet peeve or something that's really big and really in your way. It could be something vague, like I don't have this emotion that's sticky and I don't know where it's coming from, or something very, very specific. Tapping is a great place to start for all of these things. If you would like to participate today, the way that works is we have an active chat that happens where you can drop in whatever it is that's on your mind. And then I check in on the chat periodically as we go. And I take the suggestions from you and we tap on those together as a community. If you don't feel comfortable putting anything in, don't worry. You can still have a very, very good outcome in the tapping session today. And I'll guide you on how that happens. If there is something specific you would like to offer, but it feels too vulnerable to do it over the internet with the whole world knowing, I put my email in the chat. You can always email me and I'll bring it up the following week and anonymously. And my email, just to speak it out loud, is amanda@eftuniverse.com. Now, one of the things that makes today so special is I'm coming to you from Sedona. And I mentioned last week that this was happening. This is the beginning of a beautiful effort that EFT Universe is putting out. You know, we recognize the strength of numbers, of having a community of people that you feel seen and heard and supported by, that you can show up to in whatever state that you're in and provide benefit both for yourself and for those around you. And that's one of the greatest things that tapping can offer. And a person that wears a ton of hats in the EFT universe world is Miriam, who you may or may not know. But since she's here with me today, I asked her if she would just say hi to you real fast. So, Miss Miriam.
Hello everyone. So good to see everyone here.
Would you please just explain to them your offerings and everything that you
do? That's a loaded question. So my official title is I'm the Consciousness Programs Director at EFT Universe. So again, that says all and nothing, right? So first of all, I'm one of the lead trainers. So in case you would be doing certification, you would maybe meet me in one of the trainings that I offer within certification, as well as our specialty workshops, such as our ancestral trauma workshop that I'm leading actually this upcoming weekend for anyone who wants to participate. That's both for people who are not yet done with certification, who are not in certification, or who are renewing certification, which is a beautiful experience. So those are some of the things I'm doing. I'm also involved in some of our more meditation heavy and spiritual programs where I help guide the mentors and facilitate basically the fulcrum of where education meets spirituality and how to convey this best to you and make this bring it into a package that's reaching you. And as always, tapping and EFT is a big part of what we do, even in our meditation and spiritual programs. So yeah, this is saying some of the things that I'm doing. So I'm working very closely with our mentors, with our trainers, as well as leading the trainings and leading the educational outcomes that you are receiving.
Yeah. And it just to personally say a few words, and Miriam is just a beautiful soul. I mean, I'm sure you feel that energy from her already, but I wanted to just show you, we have such a beautiful team that I feel most of you haven't gotten a chance to meet yet. So it's my intention to show them to you. And I got to start with one of my faves. But we're going to excuse her now because we're getting ready to do an in-person live event here in Sedona. So I'm going to let Miriam go and get prepared for that. And we're going to jump into our tapping.
Yeah. It was lovely to see all of you. It will not be the last time. I hope to join Amanda on some of these Tapping Tuesdays in the future as well, and would love to see you all in person or in one of the virtual workshops in whatever shape or form very soon. Much love.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. All right. So I am going to check the chat first. Hi, Anya. Oh, my hair makes you happy. Thank you. It makes me happy too. Took me a while to be brave enough to do this color, but now I'm really happy that I have it. Hi, Lissy. Day, once Thursday a month. Oh, like do a Thursday instead of a Tuesday, or do Thursday as well? Yeah, if you would email me your thoughts on that, that would be an easier way for me to kind of put that forward and see if that could pan out. Absolutely. Hi, Marion. Oh, you need tapping a day? Oh, well, I am here for you. I need it too. So we're definitely going to do that together. If you feel comfortable, tell me why. And if not, totally fine. And I'm here for you. Okay, Bonnie. Hello, Amanda and Miriam. Great to see you too, or to have you here. I feel you. You know, when I say see, I see, I feel your energy. Thank you for being here. Okay, any video on ancestral trauma we may access. Thank you so much again. We don't have any currently, but I will definitely let Miriam know that that's a request, and I'm sure she would love to put some up on the YouTube channel. Okay, Bonnie, how about the challenge as a parent of grown children, balancing supporting our children and at the same time being able to let go of their struggles? Yes, yes. And as a parent without a grown child, I would say I still feel this. So I appreciate that suggestion. Yes, we can tap on that today. Hi, Jill. Oh, thank you. Oh, as well. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. Yeah, Lizzie, just send me an email about that and I will see what I can do. Hi, Heather in Texas. I grew up in Oklahoma, so I know Texas. Okay, Jill is seconding Bonnie's suggestion. Great. Hi, Talib. Great to have you here. Hi, Lisa. Okay, clearing energy from our parents and grandparents. Yes, clearing generational trauma from lack of interventions. All right, so the allowance of the continuation. And I'm assuming from what you're saying is you want to be that point, right? You are looking to see how you can be that change. And yeah, that takes a lot of support. So absolutely, that's a wonderful thing to tap on. Kindest regards and best wishes to Miriam. I will let her know that. Thank you. And Paula, hi. Ah, so good to have everyone here. Okay, let's get grounded and then let's get into our tapping. So, what way do we want to do this today? Let's become aware of our body. So go ahead and feel your body right now and see if the position that you're in is comfortable. And if you feel a part of your body asking for a different space, go ahead and allow yourself to take that space, even if it's like bad posture. You know, even if it's you're wanting to curl up into a ball, give yourself permission to do that. We can straighten back up in a minute. And breathe. And as you're sitting here, allow your attention to focus on the space that the tops of your ears take. Where are the tops of your ears right now? And you don't have to feel for them. You don't have to look at them. Feel where the tops of your ears are. We're allowing our energy to gently be invited back into our bodies. Feel the top of your left ear and the top of your right ear. And take a breath. And now let's feel the space of the front of our neck. So what we generally think of as our throat. If you want to feel into your throat chakra, into your voice box, into the area where air goes through, where your voice resonates out, this front area of your neck, feel that space, feel the energy that is there. Where is the front of your neck? And remember to breathe. And where in space are your ribs? This beautiful living structure of bone that you have in your body that supports you, that protects you, that stabilizes you. Where are all of your ribs from the front? Are they attached to your sternum, all the way wrapping around your sides, where they articulate with your spine? Feel the energy within them to this space. And breathe. And where in space are your hips? That place where your leg and your hip articulate, that curved area that seats the bottom of the torso, the trunk of your body, begins the space of movement for your lower half. Feel into your left hip and into your right. And let's take a breath. And feel the energy that you felt in your ribs and in your hips flow down your legs. Allow it to overflow, overfill. Try to say that at the same time. Down into your thighs, into your knees, splashing down into your calves, your shin, the front of your leg, into your ankles, and feel it on the tops of your feet all the way through to the bottoms and out the ends of your toes, and feel your legs vibrating with the strength of this energy. And let's take one more breath. And out. Now I'm going to set an intention for today. If you've had your eyes closed, go ahead and gently open them. Go ahead and allow yourself to receive a posture that's supportive for your body. I'm going to put my hands over my heart. You're welcome to join me if you want. It is my intention that as we tap together today, that you feel seen and heard, and that you know that you are valuable, and that you being here matters, and that even though we are all around the world and we are all having different experiences of life, that us coming together right now is real, and we do create a community, and there is a strength in that. And that as we tap together in this intention to heal and to grow and receive support and expand in the ways that we are choosing, that you feel that, and that at the end of this session today, you feel better. Okay, let's take one more breath. Okay. Thank you for doing that with me. I'm going to check the chat. I saw a few messages coming in. Let's see. Hello, Paula. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, and Miriam. A little state of overwhelm. Tapping makes everything better. Okay, I'm so glad that you're here, and thank you for sharing. And Helen, hello. Being attacked by narcissistic parents. Whew. Well, first of all, sending you love for that. That's never easy. Okay, let's see. I am feeling a pattern of external influence from others and wanting support in how we can find our power to still have the outcome that we seek, even though we don't have control over all of the aspects. and that even there are direct influences that are opposing, intentionally or not, and that's interfering. If it's creating a block for the outcome that is desired. Hi, Pat. So that is the space that I'm going to tap in. If that doesn't quite fit for you, that's okay. You are welcome to take any of the words that I speak and shift them to where it fits for you. And I speak more broad terms to make it more inclusive. If you have a specific circumstance, a specific person that you want to focus in on, again, make that specific to you. This is meant to be empowering language for you. So if you have something that fits better, I 1000% want you to use that. Okay. Anya, I see your question. I'm going to answer that after after we finish this tab. Let's see. The phrase I'm going to choose for this is even though I want control of this situation and I don't have it. So that's what I'm gonna say and shift that to wherever it fits for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start tapping. And for those of you who haven't been here before, I tend to stay in one tapping spot because I don't want you feeling distracted and needing to check and see where I am on a tapping spot. If you feel like you want to go through all of the points or you want to tap on a different point, please do. You do not have to follow where I'm tapping. I just want to give you a place to be for support. I encourage you to follow what feels right for you. Even though right now I want to have control, but I don't. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now what I perceive to be best would be for me to have control, yet I don't have it. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I have feelings about the level of control that I have, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I accept that I have these feelings. Even if I have feelings about my feelings, if I'm judging myself for wanting control, if I'm doubting myself for wanting control, if I feel fear for having this desire to control, if I see control as a bad word, if I see myself as a bad person for wanting this, if I feel stuck, if I feel like I don't have power, I allow myself permission to experience all of my emotions. But I wonder, while these emotions have a place to be expressed and to be heard, do they all have a place in my action? Do I have to include everything that I feel in what I choose to do? Even if I feel everything has to be connected to my outcome and the action that I choose, I deeply and completely accept myself. Well, what does that even mean? How do I not include how I feel in my actions? Isn't that denying my feelings? Wouldn't that be a negative output? But there's so many feelings, there's so many emotions. It all feels overwhelming, and maybe I don't feel clear at all on how to look at this. I wonder, is there a way for me to determine what gets to be heard and what I activate as a forward step? Choosing my action. Choices with my emotions. Discerning my power. Feeling into my wisdom. Allowing space for learning. Allowing space for trying. Allowing space for adapting. Allowing solutions one step at a time. I wonder, am I feeling so much pressure in this solution because I feel like I need to know my end result right now? Am I applying so much pressure to myself to be able to determine the outcome right now? I wonder, why would I do that? Why would that be something that I choose? Maybe it's because I have fear. I have fear in not knowing. I have fear in being caught off guard. I have fear of the external influences and how that might change things. And maybe I don't yet have tools that I'm applying that can make that feel okay, that can make me feel safe in my journey. I wonder, can I find the tools to feel safe in my journey? Safe in my journey. Safe to look for outcomes. Safe to seek solutions. Safe to learn where I want to go. Safe to navigate new spaces. That sounds good. I wonder, what would it cost me if I try? If I try this, if I try to offer myself this new space? Even if there is part of me that worries about this unknown outcome by trying something new. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. The truth is, I don't know. I don't know what the outcome might be. I hope that it would be good. I'm not happy with my current outcome. So I wonder, what is a way that I can have this feel safe to begin? Maybe I allow myself time to think about it. Maybe I write down a list of pros, a list of cons, a list of actions that I could take. And maybe I allow this conversation to grow strength inside of my own body first, before I try to find a safe place by putting it out there against anything yet. Maybe I allow it to feel safe within me first. And even if this is growing at the same time, I continue to have this other experience, that's okay. It's okay for me to protect my new beginning. It's okay for it to grow within me and not be activated right away. It's okay for my learning curve to start within me and become outwards when I'm ready. Even though I can't control this outcome, I do know that I have choices. And I give myself permission to explore those choices and to strengthen the support of where I know I want to go. And I give myself permission for that to be okay. Seeking my solution. Support for my solution. Support first. Allowing learning first. Allowing a foundation within me first. Permission for forward movement to be safe. Permission for forward movement to feel powerful. Permission for forward movement to feel a part of me. My solution. My outcome. My outcome for me. And as I allow myself to seek what I choose to be constant in, and to find ways to support that no matter what external influences are around. And I give myself permission to learn and to grow and to allow it to be a journey and to acknowledge every step that I gain. I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, and pause tapping and take a breath. I hope what you feel from that is a a grounding of possibility that allows you permission to seek. A lot of the spaces that you mentioned are a shifting of perspective. And when you are seeking that shift, a lot of times you already have the knowledge of how to begin applying it. And it's more the desire to feel that foundation of locking that in and going, okay, I can do this, and allowing it to be, I can do this step. And now I can do this step. Nope, not quite ready. I'm going to touch that and touch it and touch. Okay, now I'm ready. And allowing that to be seen as progress rather than I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. So I hope that's what you feel. The permission. Okay. All right. I'm checking back in. Let's see. Hello from Newport. Usually in school. Oh, I'm glad that you're happy here today, Pat. Okay, Anya, yes, your question. Lately I keep having to yawn while tapping or meditating. Is my body fighting back, or is this just a sign of relaxation? That is not fighting back. That's actually a sign of your brain agreeing. That is when you yawn or sigh or you start to feel tired, like, oh, you want to go to sleep. Those are generally signs of your down regulation of your nervous system. So your brain seeing in real time and agreeing that, okay, this is a safe place. We can start to let go of things. We can start to reorganize our perspective of where we might have been stuck. So those are really, really positive signs. If you are feeling agitated, if you find yourself, your mind constantly, oh, I gotta go, I gotta go. Those can be signs of oversaturation or of pushing on something where you don't feel empowerment yet. So those are signs of when you want to kind of back away and maybe reassess. Is this better to do later? Do I need to approach this more softly than where I'm currently taking it? But the tired and the relaxation and the the melting into it, those are really, really positive signs. It means that you're doing a great job. Okay. Hi, Rashawn. Thank you very much. Karen, okay, had trouble getting on. Okay, grieving brothers, complicated death, whom I shared a complicated childhood with. Okay. Um, Thank you, Lissy. I'm glad that worked. And Anya, thank you. I'm glad that that had a good impact on you. Karen, for grief, a complicated grief. Yeah, and I'm feeling that there are more ties. So Lissy, mentioning, and I know you said for videos on ancestral trauma, and that was also mentioned in here in another place. So that how do we move on? How do we move forward? How do we deal with those array of, especially when one tends to be an empath, of really despising some of the choices and the outcomes that people can create and bring, but then also feeling still a compassion and a desire and a wish for it to have been different for them as well. Um, that just in and of yourself, and how do you settle those emotions? um, where I would like to focus on that rather than externally, how do I process this person, is more an inward focus of how do I support that this is my process, that these are the feelings that I feel, because I would like to empower you to know that that's a beautiful ability that you have, even though it is complex. So I'm going to approach it from that angle. I am going to use the wording of, even though this part of me um, feels too complicated. This part of me feels too complicated. And if those words don't resonate with you, you're like, that's not my experience at all. Just choose something else. This part of me feels too emotional, not emotional enough. Just some part of you that you feel is a flaw would work great to tap on for this. The words I'm using are this part of me feels too complicated. Okay. And let's begin tapping. Even though, as I focus in on this part of myself, it feels too complicated and too complex. And I feel like maybe it should be less. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though, as I focus in on this part of myself, and I know there are beautiful parts of it, but I also feel that it just is too complicated and it causes issues. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I may feel like this part of me just gets in the way and even can create overwhelm or take away my power, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even if right now I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to accept all of this. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Accepting myself. Accepting my complexity. Accepting my duality. Accepting my spectrum. Accepting my compassion. Accepting my empathy. Accepting my ability to care. I wonder, why would this ever feel negative? All of these words that I'm using are things that people strive for. So I wonder, why would this feel so complex? Why would this feel heavy? Maybe it's because there's some part of me that feels like it weakens me. Maybe it feels like it weakens my boundaries, that I should have stronger boundaries and I should be able to put people in their place better. And I shouldn't have compassion for people who so clearly make these choices and so clearly um, create negative outcomes, even towards me, towards others that I love. Maybe I decide that that's not good. It's not good that I do that. Maybe I feel like it's too wide of a viewpoint. It's too much to take in. It's too much of a spectrum, and it doesn't allow for me to have a clear way of moving forward. It doesn't allow for me to take action in a specific way because I see it in too many different ways, and you can't take action in that. And so I'm judging my ability to have effective forward movement because I'm too accepting of seeing too many ways. In whatever ways I may be judging myself in this, even if right now I don't have another way of looking at it, I choose right now to stop it. I quit it. Quit it. I quit you. I quit you, judgment. I'm putting you down. Because even if right now I don't know how else to feel about myself, I do know that judgment like this isn't the way I want to choose. I may not have another way, but I choose to have openness rather than forward movement through judgment. And even if that means I'm a little clueless at the moment, I allow myself to release the weight of judgment as my scope and allow the openness of other possibilities. It's okay for me to not know yet. I open myself to receiving other choices. Other choices. Other choices of support. Other choices of movement. Other choices to define myself. Other ways to see myself. Other ways to better support who I am. Because isn't it true that this is who I am? I am this person who sees so many perspectives. I am this person that feels so much. I am this person who so persistently loves, who so persistently hopes, who so persistently holds space. And as I say this, I realize that's not common. And maybe that's okay that it's not common. That does make it more difficult for me to find a model for forward movement. Well, if I can't find it in people, I wonder, is there a model in something else that I could see? What if I choose to allow myself to move forward like the ocean, forward like water that receives so much into itself, that is able to float enormous, heavy vehicles and still be this strong, beautiful ocean. Water that's able to receive harm, filth, nastiness, sometimes intentionally, other times from accidents, but still be this beautiful, expansive water. Water that has depth that these things don't touch. Water that has shores that is clear and pristine. Water that cycles from being water on the ground to water in the air to water that nurtures living beings. And water doesn't narrow itself. It shifts and it flows according to its environment. Maybe I am like water. I wonder, what else could I be? I could be a mountain, reaching beautiful heights, having a beautiful view that's unique, that's special, that has a different perspective that not many see. A mountain that has a different way of communicating, and that is protective of different layers. The bottom layer is pretty accessible. There's lots of people at the bottom of my mountain, and maybe it takes a little bit more effort a little bit more connection, a little bit more time. And the higher into the mountain, the deeper I allow the connection to be. Maybe that's my energy. I give myself permission to find my teacher in a different place than I have been. I open myself up to being different and allowing myself, my nature, my flow of energy, the way that I see the world, the way that I operate, to be right for me, and to allow myself to feel strength in that. Even if right now I have no idea how to be me, I'm still figuring it out. But maybe there are clues. Maybe there's clues that I feel in my own body, in my own insights. And maybe there are clues that are offered to me from different sources. And I give myself permission to receive them. Even if it's new, I'm not used to receiving signals from trees or from birds or the sky. And maybe I don't know how I feel about that yet. I give myself permission to explore it because I will know when I find my teacher. I will know when I find what fits for me. It's a part of who I am. I know things. When they click, I know it. And I give myself permission to follow that in my own discovery as well. Permission for me. Support for me. Finding my teachers. Allowing my guides. Discovering and choosing and believing in who I am. And as I allow space for all of these things, it may begin right away. Things may change for me right now. And it may come over time, bit by bit, in moments. And whether or not it comes in big, giant, very clear moments, or if it's subtle, little things that come to me, I allow their truth to be heard. And as I accept this into my life, I deeply and completely accept myself. And take a breath. Permission to be. And what I would hope that you feel at this moment is a peace, a calmness. Maybe you feel an excitement, a settling. But when you think about who you are and the way that you feel things and the way that you process things, just more of an even, yeah, that is me. That is how I feel. That is what I do. That is my truth. And if you're feeling that, then great. Then that's a beautiful beginning point that your brain is on board. Okay, we have time for just another little tap. I'm going to check in and just see. Changing from within is challenging, especially when it concerns blood family. Yes, Helen. And something else that I felt with that is also accepting just the difference. In my own personal life, there's been so much pain in acknowledging how different I am from a lot of my family because I so badly want us to be the same. I so badly want that connection with them, but I'm in a different place and they don't want to be in my place and I don't want to be in their place. So finding a place where I can meet them that isn't painful has really been the place where I've been able to find a settling for that. Um, Hi, back from Ethiopia. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name, but I'm so glad that you're here. I still want to try and pronounce it because I don't want you to feel like I'm dismissive. I'm more just trying to be respectful because I have no idea but if you would want to phonetically spell it out, I would love to be able to address you by name. But I'm grateful that you're here. Okay, Lisa. And you said maybe we could be a mountain. I got a vision of being the Grand Canyon. Beautiful. Those come out of the grief that channeled through me. I love that for you. Oh, you're so welcome, Karen. Oh, yay. Oh, the ocean, the water is safe no matter what. Yay, yay, yay. Yay. Great. Oh, I'm so glad that connected with so many of you. Thank you for letting me know. I love knowing, and I truly feel like it's an effort through all of us. Like I truly feel like I connect with your energy, and so good job, everyone. I don't come up with this on my own. You absolutely contribute to it. All right, so let's end with just kind of anchoring in. I feel like we've done a lot of self empowerment today. So let's just continue with that and do one little power tap for the end to support us as we go on beyond this tapping session. Okay, let's go ahead and take a breath. Give your body a little wiggle. If you've got a lot of things flowing, just allow that energy to have a place to continue to move. Okay, and let's tap. As I move into the last few minutes of this tapping session today, I feel this flow of energy that's coming from me, that's coming from without me to support me, to surround me. I feel this movement and I receive this movement and I acknowledge the vibration to which I am shifting. And I see this pathway and I allow myself to receive it with ease, to know that as I set things in motion, they can continue to grow and expand and anchor. And that as I continue on, I expound on this without even having to think about it because it is me now. And this is my place. And I receive the empowerment from this right now. It already is integrated. And I know that because I feel it. And I allow myself to lean into it, to lean into the trust of this energy. And I allow myself to acknowledge the expansiveness of this energy. It's all around me. There's so much of it, I couldn't possibly overuse it. I have access to this energy to the furthest extent that I could possibly ask for it. Because isn't it true that as I utilize it, I become it and I share it. I beam it out myself. I alchemize it and I become a part of it and allow it to grow. So as I allow myself to receive this, I also allow it to be given. Allowing this energy, allowing these shifts, allowing this space, being this energy, resonating, resonating with my truth, resonating with my power, resonating with my love and all that is embodied in my love. I give myself permission to be powerful in my love, to be powerful in this space. I allow myself to be filled with the support that exists around me, with the energy that wants me to be me, that is asking me to be me. And as I go throughout the rest of this day and throughout the rest of this week, maybe even throughout the rest of this month, throughout the rest of this year, I allow this resonance to continue to flow, to continue to grow, and as easily and as beautifully and supportively as it has in this tapping session. I allow the truth of who I am to be easy. I allow the truth of who I am to be joyful. I allow the truth of who I am to bring me strength and grounding. And I allow it to speak up as I make choices, both for myself and for those around me. And as I allow this wave of influence that is me, and that is my truth, and that is my birthright and my purpose, I allow myself to receive the acknowledgement and the peace and the love and the joy and the gratitude that I have for who I get to be. I love that I get to be this. And even if I've never really allowed that before, or I'm finding a new level to allow that in, I give myself permission to even be surprised to the degree that I'm able to. I love who I get to be. And I love who I get to share being. Who I am. Who I get to be. Who I get to share. How I get to connect. How I get to offer. How I get to influence. How I get to experience. So much gratitude. So much love. So much excitement. Wow, I get to be this person. I love getting to be this person. Loving this person. And as I allow myself to continue to receive and continue to anchor in all of these truths. I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, pause on tapping and take a deep breath. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for today. I hope that you are feeling so loved and seen and validated and powerful in who you are and validated in all of your experiences. I hope that you have the most wonderful week. I will be thinking about you and sending you love. And I hope to see you again next week. It is on Tuesdays, and we'll be back to our normal time next week. And I'm so glad that you got the emails and that you knew to come early. I'm so grateful that we got to have this session today. Next week, we'll be at our normal time, again at 1 p.m. Pacific. Mwah! Have a wonderful week. I'll see you then.